halfway through the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Game 5 of 8 features two teams trying to crack the championship window in Class C1. Fort Calhoun taking on Broken Bow. Alongside Lou Siefker, Brandon Axman on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay. There we are. We're on camera, and here I am shuffling my papers. I'll get things in order, I promise. Lou, this is we talked about it a little bit earlier today. This might be one of the best evenly matched games here in this slate this afternoon. A couple of Class C1 teams not necessarily familiar with one another, but both playing high-caliber basketball at a good time of year to be doing so.
Yeah, I agree. I think these teams, they match up really well. I think this is going to be a four-quarter game. Both these teams are playing really well right now. You had Broken Bow. They started a little slow. They lost 3 of their first 4, but have only lost 1 since then. And then with Fort Calhoun, they've had some nice wins, but their only loss was to GACC, Guardian Angels Central Catholic, by 3 points. So they're very, very close to being undefeated. This is going to be a fun basketball game. Certainly a game where whoever comes out on top in this one will certainly have some momentum coming off a big win.
Talking about Broken Bow, they're winners of 2 straight, including a big win last night against who'd been a very emergent Valentine team. They beat Valentine 73-37 to get to 8-4 on the year, and they can score inside, outside, but the player who's been leading things for them pretty much every game this season has been Charlie Myers.
Yeah, Charlie Myers, 15 points a game, and also about 2.5 steals. A good defensive player and a nice three-point shooter at 38%. So certainly a player in a game like this where I think this has a chance to be an offensive game with a lot of points scored. Charlie Myers will be very important for the Broken Bow Indians.
Meanwhile, Fort Calhoun 9-1 on the year. A very talented team, a lot of experience back from last year. One of those players who's back from last year and getting it done, especially in the paint, has been Ansley Ellefson.
Yeah, Ellefson, she's almost a double-double average, 13.5 and 8.3 rebounds, but does a lot of other things as well. That's kind of the theme today. A lot of players that just do everything well on the floor. She's an assist person and also a good defensive player. Ansley Ellefson is probably not a player that's going to knock down threes, but she'll be very good on the inside. 6'1" as a junior, very important piece of this Fort Calhoun Pioneers team.
Had 9 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals 2 nights ago in a 46-23 win over Logan View Scribner Snyder. More on these two teams, starting lineups, and all the action coming up. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Back at Kearney High, getting set for Fort Calhoun and Broken Bow. Let's talk School Spotlight, brought to you by the Kearney Chamber of Commerce, proudly supporting the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase, celebrating talent and investing in Nebraska's future. Fort Calhoun, the Pioneers, have not been to state in a while. It has been since 2007. They've only made 5 trips all time. They were runners-up in Class C1 to Crofton back in 2005, but a lot of folks out on the east side of the state believe this is a team that could crack what is no doubt going to be a crowded field in Class C1 this year. Part of that crowd, Broken Bow, a team that has been seeing quite a bit of success over the last few years as well. State champs in 2003. Their most recent trip to state was 2 years ago when they lost in the opening round to Grand Island Central Catholic. They have not won a game at the state tournament since that state championship run when they defeated Norfolk Catholic in the 2003 Class C1 state championship game. Fort Calhoun, led by Eric Jones. Broken Bow, led by Coach Kelly Cooksley. A couple of teams, Lou, you and I don't see a whole lot.
Yeah.
Excited to see what they offer. here, we talked about Class C1. There's a lot of talent in Class C1 right now. Fort Calhoun is ranked in our top 10. Broken Bow would be in that also receiving votes, probably just outside of the top 10. But the winner of this one will definitely be one of the teams, I think, that can become a team to watch in Class C1. Starting lineups. Let's talk about Fort Calhoun and those fantastic warm-up pants that they've got there for Fort Calhoun, coming in with a record of 9-1. We talked about Ansley Ellefson. Rayanne Massey, another good player for them as well, almost 13 points a game. She's a very good guard, averages almost 3 steals a game, is their best three-point shooter as well. Those two can be very, very good in the two-man game for them. Ella Bowman, Maylee Nelson, 6.5 points a game, and then Ari Nelson, a good defender for the Pioneers. Meanwhile, for Broken Bow, we talked about Charlie Myers. She's been the bulk of their scoring, although Jaden Gaffney of late has been picking it up. Just shy of 9 points per game, 2.5 rebounds per game, and 25% from 3. Myers, the best three-point shooter by far on this team, but J.C. Staples, Hallie Quinn, Jaden Gaffney have all shown the ability to hit from deep. Myers, Staples, Quinn, Gaffney all average at least 2 steals per game. This is a pressure defense that we see so often in girls basketball. They like to turn turnovers into runouts. I think both of these teams are going to try to do that. You talked about it, Lou. There's the potential for this one to be fairly high scoring. Both of these teams can fill it up. Broken Bow over 50 points per game. Fort Calhoun 55.8 points per game. These are two teams that can light it up. This one could be a fast-paced, high-scoring game, one of the more exciting ones of the afternoon.
And these teams can score, but they can also score off defense, and defense is so important. You see that so many times in state championship teams. I think of the great Crofton teams under Aaron Losing and GACC, those teams that pressure you and can turn those turnovers into points. But they're also very adept in the half court. So I think this game is going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be an up and down game, and I think you're going to see. And I think it's going to be well contested. Probably going to come down late into the fourth quarter before we have any idea who's going to win a ball game.
By the way, Broken Bow, their head coach Kelly Cooksley, I got to give him a shout out. This whole thing is kind of his brainchild. He was the one who kind of said, coming out of the pandemic, wouldn't it be cool if there was a girls basketball showcase, kind of like they have in the Heartland Hoops Classic in Grand Island? He started bringing teams together. Broken Bow has been here every year. They're the stalwart. They're one of the ones that kind of got this started. The Kearney Chamber of Commerce has picked it up. You see the kind of atmosphere they're able to build here for just some regular season games in early January. It has a state tournament atmosphere here in one of the best gyms in the state of Nebraska as well. But Kelly Cooksley, he's the guy who really should get the credit for the spearheading the idea and getting this event to where it is today.
When you have a good idea, you have a good idea. Yep. This one is this isn't a good idea. It's a great idea. I love this format. Love this the facility that we're in and how they're doing this. It's just top notch from the beginning to the end.
You mentioned Broken Bow getting off to the 1-3 start. Those are good losses. I mean, no loss is a good loss. I mean, they're losing to good teams. Right. Holdridge, Amherst, Minden, all teams that are going to be state caliber teams. They rattled off 5 straight from that loss to Boone Central in the championship, the Boone Central Holiday Tournament, but then beat McCook. And then last night might be the biggest win of the year for them. Valentine has been playing really well. They beat Valentine by 36 points, almost doubled them up last night. So they are heating up at the right time, and certainly formidable, maybe better than their record would indicate. Fort Calhoun coming in 9-1. You talked about it, Lou. Their only loss to Guardian Angel Central Catholic in the championship of the North Bend Holiday Tournament. Side note, how about that holiday tournament? North Bend Central, Guardian Angel Central Catholic, Fort Calhoun, and Ord. There's a lot of talent out there. Sure. Since then, they've won 2 in a row over West Point Beamer and Loganview Scribner Snyder. They do have a win over UTAN, which is a huge win, a fairly impressive resume, but the schedule's getting kind of tough on them. Yeah. They got Broken Bow today. They got Louisville on Tuesday. That's a really good team. Gross Catholic in Class B, and then the Capital Conference tourney before too long. So we're about to find out, I think, just how good this Pioneer team is.
Yeah, Broken Bow coming in, as you mentioned, a big one off Valentine. Fort Calhoun's best win was UTAN. And I think you got to. I think if you're Broken Bow, you really feel after that win of that Valentine, you're playing at a high level and a high level of confidence. So we'll see how they start this ball game if it starts in that same direction.
How'd you like to be Kelly Cooksley? You organize this tournament, and oh yeah, you have to coach a game.
Yeah.
A lot going on for that guy. All right, Fort Calhoun with the ball to start.
Guessing he sweeps the floor as well.
Yeah, probably. Broken Bow starting in a 2-3 zone defensively. Here's Ellefson. Touch pass inside to Isabel Ray. Rand Massey has it stripped, stolen. Broken Bow a run out early on. Transition bucket. That's Hallie Quinn as the Indians strike first.
Yeah, there you go. There's right off the bat. There's the transition off the steal.
And there's the trap. This is what Broken Bow likes to do. Forcing the turnover in the backcourt. Now Quinn spots up NBA range. Left it short. Ellefson the rebound. Fort Calhoun off and running. This is Ella Bowman. Of course, the Bowman name has been associated with a lot of success at Fort Calhoun, especially on the boys basketball side. Who could forget the Fort Calhoun boys team that beat Wahoo at state?
Yeah.
Took down the top-seeded Warriors.
That was quite a game. That's one I won't forget anytime soon.
Fort Calhoun shooting over the zone. Can't get the roll. Offensive rebound, though. That's Maylee Nelson. And a foul on the floor. They're going to get Jaden Gaffney with that, her first, as slow to get up is Rayanne Massey. It would be a big loss if she's not able to keep going.
Bending over there. I don't know if she got
landed on the ball.
Yeah. Might have knocked the wind out of her a little bit.
Able to walk under her own power. That's a good sign. You saw the replay there. Our replay is brought to you in part by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care. Incredibly close. Also by Mead Lumber, making you feel at home from design to finish. Yeah, that hurts, man. Falling on top of that ball like that. Got it right in the sternum.
That's like a punch to the gut, but I'm guessing she'll be back once get that win back.
So checking into the game for Fort Calhoun for the first time, Cammie Nelson. Got to step past the defender. Good drive, short arm the floater, though. Did Nelson. And Fort Calhoun still stymied. Now Quinn. Kicks left. Quinn directing traffic. Entry pass tipped away and stolen. Back comes Fort Calhoun. Ellefson. Looking for an entry pass. Help comes late. Shot too strong. Ellefson out of nowhere with the offensive rebound and Fort Calhoun's first points.
What a great effort play by Ansley Ellefson. Weak side rebound, just as you mentioned, just kind of came out of nowhere and snagged that one.
At the other end, Broken Bow had snuck behind the defense, but Gaffney couldn't handle the pass. Here in our first quarter, brought to you by John Henry's, their family, serving yours. Tipped out, last touched by Fort Calhoun. Broken Bow's full court press has not allowed Fort Calhoun to get comfortable early on.
Tough to get it into the front court at times.
Here's Quinn. Pull-up jumper, free throw line short from Myers. Offensive rebound, though. Myers wants three. Gets three. Charlie Myers. 38% from deep. Thrown away by Fort Calhoun, and that again feels like an unforced error, but Broken Bow's press, as you see Coach Cooksley, Broken Bow's press really forces you into some discomfort.
Yeah, it sure does. And that it in effect speeds you up, and you start making decisions faster than you want to, and that leads to a lot of those errant passes.
Left side Quinn. Gives to J.C. Staples. Fort Calhoun showing some good defense of their own. Quinn takes it herself. Too strong. Rebound to the Pioneers and a reach underneath the hoop. And that is the second foul already on Jaden Gaffney. So she'll have to sit in favor of McKenna Jacobson. Jacobson, a 5'4" junior. Broken Bow, not the tallest team you're going to see down here. Their tallest player, 5'10". That's Ansley Campbell. Great press break. Oh, my goodness. Fort Calhoun can't buy one right now. They've had a couple of good looks fall by the wayside. But there's Ellison. Yep. Another offensive rebound, now heads to the line.
It helps when you're not shooting well to have a good rebounder. Ellison, that's the second straight offensive rebound. Does not get that one to fall, but gets to the free throw line. Doing a great job patrolling in that paint and finding those offensive boards.
Foul called on Hallie Quinn, her first. Ellison splits the pair. Correct, makes both. My apologies, she's got 4. Now we see Fort Calhoun's press turned into a turnover. Defenses kind of mirror images of one another early on, although Broken Bow, a bit more of a 2-3 zone look, but both these teams like to press.
Both teams good with their hands.
Yep. Massey, Ellison. Now Ella Bowman. Gonna work something baseline. Swung to Massey. Shot clock an issue. Inside to beat the buzzer. Well done. Good position there by Isabel Ray.
Isabel Ray, very strong underneath the bucket. Just moved the defender out on that clear out, on that post play, and cleared her out. Got a great look.
Ray, the 5'10" sophomore, showing improvement throughout the year. Averages just shy 9 points a game.
Well, you see right there with Nelson there, just poking the ball away. Both these teams very active with their hands. When I say they're good with their hands, that means they're active. They're getting their hands on basketballs, tipping balls away. That's what you want especially from a pressing type of defense.
Broken Bow breaks the press. Miscommunication, though, on the pass. Fort Calhoun gets the turnover. Back come the Pioneers. Here's Massey. Left side, Ellison thought 3. Instead goes down low. Offensive rebound and then tied up, I believe, in the paint. Yep, they will call it a held ball. Alternating possession to Pender, as Isabel Ray could not get a follow-up shot.
He was like in a red phone booth there, surrounded by Broken Bow.
That was Quinn that forced the tie-up. Ray will sit in favor of Jovi Griner. Griner, a senior, averages about 2 points, 2 rebounds a game off the bench. Man, nothing coming easy for either team. Up ahead, Charlie Myers trapped. Try to bounce it off the Fort Calhoun player. Ellison just rips it away from her. Now we've got a tie-up called. Alternating possession will give it back to Fort Calhoun. Boy, Ansley Ellison is all effort all the time.
Yeah, love the motor. You love players like that. Your leading scorer that's going to the ground and trying to get a tie-up. I just love that effort.
Now Ellison into the front court. Steps through, draws damage, and will head to the line. That's already the 5th foul on Broken Bow. Myers' first foul. But Fort Calhoun will be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Pretty good free throw shooting team, 59% as a team. These teams pretty identical shooting-wise.
Yeah.
Fort Calhoun, 28% from 3. Broken Bow, 29. Fort Calhoun, 58% from the free throw line. Broken Bow, 59. Ellison makes both. 6 points already for the junior. 6-foot junior. Wiry frame. But I think emblematic of the kind of basketball that Fort Calhoun wants to play. She gets the turnover there. Steps through the defense. Can finish with the left hand. Follow-up is good. for Maylee Nelson.
Maylee Nelson with her second offensive rebound. Big putback there.
Now Broken Bow, just an accomplishment to get it across the timeline, drawing the foul there. A little too aggressive on the baseline.
I think it's fun to play in this style. It's not much fun to play against this style.
Absolutely not. You know, the thing is, for both these teams, I think the good news is at least you see this in practice, right? You're used to it a little bit. A good inside-out game, wide open, but too strong. Foot race for the rebound, out of bounds to Broken Bow. That was McKenna Jacobson. Missing from three. Never let anyone tell you basketball is not a physical sport.
Yeah. Good pass a moment ago by Staples out of that double team to find the open three-point shooter.
Faltus. Quinn. Faltus trying to cut baseline, too tall. And back to Fort Calhoun. 12 turnovers already in this first quarter between these two teams.
Yeah. Broken Bow is struggling right now, just handling the ball. And Fort Calhoun continue to take advantage of it, already up 5.
Pioneers into the front court, now with numbers. Right side shot altered if not blocked. Foul called underneath the hoop on Fort Calhoun. That miss there, Jovi Griner. And she's called for the foul, pushing the defender down. That's her first. Quinn sprinting ahead. Found the trailer, I should say. Secondary break, open three, not there. Griner the board. Now Fort Calhoun off and running. Right side off window. Plinko chips its way down, and Broken Bow has got to talk it over. Maylee Nelson giving Fort Calhoun a 7-point lead over Broken Bow. The Pioneers turning turnovers into offense. Great ball movement. Fort Calhoun up early. It's the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
On our scoreboard. Fort Calhoun with the lead. That scoreboard brought to you in part by Aurora Cooperative. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A-stop today. Also proudly presented by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney.
Fort Calhoun outplaying Broken Bow right now. They've turned Broken Bow over 7 times. You mentioned they're scoring off transition. Also have 5 offensive rebounds in that first quarter rather.
Broken Bow, a team that averages just 16 turnovers per game. 15.9 to be exact. So 7 in the first quarter, uncharacteristic. But again, they probably don't see a lot of teams that can press the way Fort Calhoun does. There's turnover number 8, or not. Finds its way left side for the bucket. McKenna Jacobson, a much-needed lay-in for the Indians.
And near turnover, it turns into a lay-in for Broken Bow.
High-low, tipped out. It will stay with Fort Calhoun. Back into the game for Broken Bow is J.C. Staples. As in for Fort Calhoun, Ella Bauman. Bauman returning to the contest in favor of Maylee Nelson. Top of the key, Ray. Not where she wants to be handling the basketball too often. Ellefson, pestered by Quinn. Massey, shot clock now a going concern. Nice pull up over 2 defenders. Ella Bauman's first bucket.
Yeah, good dribble into the area where he should get that shot off and knocked it home.
Quick trigger triple at the other end, falls short into the arms of Ellefson. Charlie Meyer's been quiet, hit a 3 early, but has not been able to get much since. Fort Calhoun, meanwhile, trapped. They call a timeout. We'll take one as well. Pioneers doubling up the Indians. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Plenty of Broken Bow fans making the trip down from Custer County. Great city, Broken Bow. You ever been to Broken Bow?
I have been to Broken Bow.
Love the drive out there through the sand hills. Coming south to Kearney. Fort Calhoun, a bit longer of a drive from Fort Calhoun to Kearney. That's 3 hours plus easy. I've never been to Fort Calhoun.
Really?
Yeah, not been that way yet. Broken Bow forcing a turnover. I think both coaches probably came into this game knowing that their turnovers per game average was going to go up.
Yeah.
Good pass out of the double. 3 short. Offensive rebound. No follow-up. And Charlie Myers with 5.
Had he played there by Myers? Nobody in the area. Myers just picked that one up and put it in.
Shot clock off. If Fort Calhoun can get it across the timeline, they can. Now they've got numbers. Oh, they had the right idea. Pass behind Ray, and now it's Broken Bow with a crack at the last shot. Boy, after this quarter, if they can get this to a one-possession game, that's going to feel real good if you're an Indian fan.
Yeah, for sure. In that case with Fort Calhoun, you'd like to see Bauman just take a couple more dribbles at the defender and then force that defender to commit before trying to throw that pass.
Hallie Quinn tipped out. Broken Bow will inbound with 9.5.
This game, such a game of momentum. You'd like to, Broken Bow, as you mentioned, would like to just get a little of that momentum on their side here. Get a bucket right before the end of the first quarter.
Get a quick sub in for Broken Bow. Ansley Campbell checking back into the game. Quinn, marked by Bauman. Back to Quinn, needs to hoist an NBA 3, can't hit. And that's how the first half will come to an end. This one's all about defense so far. Turnovers turning into layups, but Broken Bow closing the gap a bit. 14-9, Fort Calhoun with the lead after 1. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Back at Kearney High School, 14-9. Fort Calhoun on top of Broken Bow after 1 here at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Alongside Lou Siefker, Brandon Axman on the sidelines. Connor Luby in the truck of the entire NCN Sports crew, rotating in and out. We've had all kinds of folks helping. This is game 5 of 8 here on News Channel Nebraska. 12 hours plus of basketball in one day. Travel called. There's another turnover. That's the stat of the game, the story of the game right there. Turnovers both sides as these defenses have come to play.
Has number 8 on Broken Bow, and Fort Calhoun also has 6. Who's going to take the best advantage of those turnovers?
Fort Calhoun forcing the issue. drawing the foul. This would be Maley Nelson heading to the line. That foul on Quinn, that's her second. Boy, if they can get Hallie Quinn in foul trouble, that's one thing you can do for both of these teams. You find one of these players that averages 2.5, 3 steals per game and try to get him on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, you like the other team's best players being spectators if you can do that. I think it's important really for both teams when you beat that pressure, you got to attack in the offensive end, and Nelson did a good job there to attack the basket and draw the foul.
Another foul. This game definitely going to get physical. That foul is on Ella Bauman, her first. Quinn passed on the dribble, handoff. Now skipped to Myers. Quinn kicks out. 3, too strong, long rebound to Myers. Good defense by Ellefson. No way for Broken Bow to turn the corner there. So now Staples. Kicks left, Gaffney got the defender on the ground, has to pass out of a double. Long 2, long rebound to Fort Calhoun. And Ellefson gets past the defense with the left hand as she blew by Quinn. Ellefson now with 8.
You see the Pioneers really looking to push tempo right now. Even off the missed shot, off the rebound, push the ball down the floor.
Quinn trying to find some room. Fort Calhoun ratcheting up the pressure now with their largest lead. Blocked from behind. Kicked out, wide open look. Falls for Broken Bow. Hallie Quinn, a much-needed bucket for the Indians.
And Campbell with the rebound, the second chance. How many times have we seen that? You get that extra chance, good things happen.
Fort Calhoun numbers the other way after the press break. Too strong on the corner triple. Good clear out for the board by Staples. Up fake, dribble, handoff. Quinn will reverse.
You can see with the way these teams play defense, so hard to get in a rhythm when everything is contested.
Yep. Trying to go down low. Good kick out, open from the corner. Broken Bow just not there for it. Ellefson the rebound. Staples 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Now Ellefson pulls up off the top of the backboard. That one did not come out of her hand the way she wanted it to. And tipped out, mishandled. Another turnover, goes back to Fort Calhoun. Into the game now for Broken Bow. Ariana Johnson. Jaden Gaffney checking back in as well.
You know, one thing the Indians, Eric, have to do better, I think, is just stop the ball. They're allowing the penetration far too deep into the lane. That time got lucky when Ellefson lost control of the basketball, but you've got to stop the basketball, and you can't allow, in this case, the Pioneers to start their offense already in the lane.
Our second quarter supported by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. We thank them for doing so all day today. Trying to get position down low. Pass might have been a little late, tipped. They get that earlier, Lou. Griner had a seal.
Yeah, I agree.
Now Quinn, riding baseline, backing out. Jacobson, Myers, unfriendly iron again from deep. Long rebound to Bauman.
It was a good shot, a good look, an open 3, and just a little bit short.
A hand check foul in the backcourt, and that's Quinn's third, so Hallie Quinn will have to sit. So there you go, 2.5 steals per game. One of those pressure guards for Broken Bow, probably done for the half.
Clock's running right now. That's why they're stopping the clock or stopping the game. The clock continued to run after that whistle.
So Isabel Ray checking into the game. And we talk about the turnovers. These teams average forcing a lot of turnovers per game. Broken Bow, 12.7 steals per game. Fort Calhoun, 14.4.
So both teams bordering on felony level
That is, yeah. Repeat offenders. Ellefson with a head of steam.
Wow.
Boy, she could fly. Got to the rack, couldn't get it to go. It'll go to Broken Bow. But it is just tough to stay in front of Ansley Ellefson.
Yeah, for sure. She's done a great job, really been able to penetrate at will. I think you're going to tell her to keep doing that. I mean, stay under control, but continue to penetrate, get that ball in the lane.
Here's Jaden Gaffney reversing. Nice bounce pass. Great run of the baseline. Shot drops. McKenna Jacobson's got 4 credit. Gaffney with the find.
Well run play. Great cut, backdoor cut that time by Jacobson.
And now Broken Bow sets up that press off the made bucket. Fort Calhoun not going to beat the 10. And it'll go back to the Indians. All of a sudden, a one-possession game. Fort Calhoun's led by as much as 8.
I think both these teams like to press off those made shots. You get a great backdoor cut, an easy lay-in, and then you get a 10-second off the pressure, and Fort Calhoun was not quite ready to handle it.
Entry pass back to the inbounder. Turnaround too strong over Ellefson. Battle for the rebound. Won by Broken Bow. Ariana Johnson, the offensive cleanup. She'll head to the line.
Yeah, Johnson just don't say it many times. He was able to out-scrap Ellefson that time.
First free throw too strong, but Broken Bow's been able to do this. Kind of stay with it. Charlie Myers has been quiet. Had 5 points in the first quarter, over 3 from the field. Just had that last miss there. Fort Calhoun's done a nice job taking Broken Bow's top player away, but the Indians just kind of scrapping back into it. Now a 2-point game, 6 unanswered by Broken Bow. Ellefson open up top, they missed her. Instead, open left side for 3, missed everything. Bailey Fultus tracks down the rebound off the Maylee Nelson miss. Myers takes on 2 defenders, in and out. She can't buy one right now. She's missed 5 in a row.
That one looked good, too.
Ellefson wasting no time, as she rarely does. Here's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see if, I don't know if there's any way to find this stat. If Ansley Ellefson has ever been called for a backcourt violation.
Doubtful.
I doubt that. I'll bet you could make it a 3-second rule, and she would still find a way to never get called for the turnover.
I'm guessing if she lost both shoes, maybe.
Directs traffic on the inbound. That's well done. The shots made by Nelson, but that was Ellefson directing traffic, finding where the open shot was going to be. Quickly the other way, the offensive rebound. Ellefson the block on Johnson. Fort Calhoun off to one of their best starts in a long time. Again, it's been 21 years since they've made it to the state tournament. A lot of folks feel like they've got the talent to get there. They're showing it so far. Ellefson splits the defense, out of bounds to Broken Bow. Take a look at our halftime highlights in just a few minutes. Those are brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Well, I think if I'm maybe a player or a coach for Fort Calhoun, I tell Angela Ellefson, keep doing what you're doing. Don't get frustrated. You see, you're kind of hang her head after that last one.
That 3 short, long rebound tracked down by Fultus. In and out back to Fultus. There's Ellefson being a pest on the wing. Good defense. Good for Fort Calhoun to see Rayanne Massey back in for suffering that injury earlier. Nice job to stick with it by Maylee Nelson. Absorbed a lot of contact.
J.C. Staples almost had a steal there, and it somehow found its way back in the hands of Maylee Nelson.
So Staples called for her first, or rather her second. And now Maylee Nelson at the line. Makes the front end. Fort Calhoun shooting pretty well from the line so far, 6 of 7. from the land of the free. By far the best free throw shooting of the 3 games we've seen. There you go. I jinxed it.
I knew it. I knew
Everybody was waiting for it. Manley Nelson's got 8. Fort Calhoun up 5. Fultus lost it, got it back, lost it again. Mad scramble. Broken Bow out with it. Campbell trying to get position down low. They instead have Myers taking a shot. She'll head to the line to try to get points.
Myers just having a tough shooting game so far. That one, another one that I thought it was going in, just rolled around the rim and out. So that gets to the free throw line anyway.
Wasting little time getting set up. Her first point this quarter, 6 for the game. That foul on Isabel Ray, her first. Team third.
Sometimes when your shots aren't falling, it helps to get a free throw or a lay-in or something. Just something easy. Just feel like you open up that net.
It gets that shooting rhythm going. You see the ball go in, especially someone like Myers who can be a rhythm shooter. You see Charlie Myers. 5'7" senior. Pretty senior-heavy squad. 5 seniors on this Broken Bow team. And we got our halftime show coming up. Brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction, located in Kearney and Lincoln. Back to a 1-possession game. Fort Calhoun's led by as much as 8. Broken Bow stayed in that 2-3 zone. Pioneers going to run out of horns, screening to the right, losing her balance. Fort Calhoun wanted a foul, didn't get it. Ellefson in the lane. Nice job by Ray to regather, muscle one up. She'll head to the line.
Well, like I said a minute ago, you tell Ellefson to continue to do what you're doing because you've been able to penetrate with regularity.
Yep.
That's a nice pass to Ray. They didn't handle it initially, but gets the ball up in it and gets to the free throw line anyway. But that dribble penetration is really – Broken Bow's had a hard time keeping Ansley Ellison out of the paint today.
Ray hits the front end there. Just a sophomore, 73% free throw shooter. Ellefson the offensive rebound. Up off the glass, no. Clearing it out is Broken Bow, and then Ellefson going to be called for the reach. After McKenna Jacobson pulled it down.
And that's a frustration foul, I think. Yeah. Ellefson trying to get the tie up, but I've been kind of watching her, just the demeanor there after some missed shots. And you got to just stay positive.
And Coach Eric Jones taking her out of the game. Don't want to get her getting a cheap third with 1:04 to go in the half. McKenna Jacobson. Motion offense. Hallie Quinn drives, kicks, the 3 blocked. Now off and running. Fort Calhoun, Ella Bauman, who blocked it. Broken Bow gets back. Bauman taking on the defense and 1. Ella Bauman, defense and offense.
How about Bauman coast to coast? Bauman takes it in, draws contact, and gets that one up. And that time, a friendly rim. The ball falls through, so a big bucket here. And we're under a minute. Fort Calhoun now 3-point play. Extends that lead now to 7.
That foul on J.C. Staples, so you've got Staples and Hallie Quinn each with 3 fouls for Broken Bow. Long 3 for Myers. She was just too close. That was the problem.
Wow.
Charlie Myers from NBA range.
Yeah, exactly.
She's in double figures.
And Steph Curry says, wow, that was a great shot.
Shot clock off. Fort Calhoun with numbers, but a travel called. Shuffled the feet. Now Broken Bow a chance to once again, despite all the turnovers and the struggles, make this a 1-possession game again heading into the half.
Great way to close it here if you can, if the Indians can score here.
Trying to get Myers open, curling to the hoop, can't find her. Broken Bow's got to get something up. Good ball reversal. Well, that was a good, strong take by Jaden Gaffney, and she'll head to the line.
Like the spin there to get free and at least get that shot up. Big free throws here, 1.1 to go.
Foul called on Ella Bauman, her second. Gaffney can't hit. Too strong on the second. Offensive rebound, but the shot won't get up. Good block to end the first half. How appropriate. It's a defensive play that ends the first half. Defense has been strong for both sides. It's Fort Calhoun with the lead at the break. 24-20, Pioneers on top. Halftime show coming up. This is the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Fair. Save the date, July 22nd through the 27th for the Buffalo County Fair in Kearney. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Back at Kearney High School, Game 5 of the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. 24-20, Fort Calhoun with the lead over Broken Bow. And this is the kind of event that teams like Fort Calhoun and Broken Bow are made for. Kind of in spots where maybe you don't get a ton of coverage. You know, we get them on NCN whenever we can, but you come down here, two programs that are trying to break through, become state tournament caliber teams. You make the trip here to Kearney. We're going to see a couple of really good Class C1 teams. Those final three games of the night, Lou, how about those three? You got Ogallala Milford. Ogallala's not lost yet. Malcolm Central City. That could be a state championship preview. And then number 2 versus number 1. The number 2 team in Class A against the number 1 team in Class C1. So you look at this lineup, the top 6 teams in Class C1 all making the trip here to Kearney, all but one of them. That is a stacked field in Broken Bow. Fort Calhoun trying to be the next team to break that top 10. A matchup like this is the kind that can do it for them. And it's, let's face it, Broken Bow, Fort Calhoun, you see the difference there on the map, folks. These are two teams that don't play each other very often. This is a great opportunity to see a championship caliber opponent on a neutral floor.
Yeah, not exactly neighbors, but they play very similar. They play a very similar style of basketball, and this is you look at it statistically in this game, both teams right around 10 turnovers. Fort Calhoun with 9 and Broken Bow with 10, but 17 rebounds for Fort Calhoun, 14 for Broken Bow. Both teams have played a fair amount of players. Fairly deep teams. I like the fact that these teams are so similar, and I'm sure as we look at that's a really good picture of a great team there.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Pioneers, you got to love that. When you look at the Pioneers, that was it felt like they kind of controlled that first half.
Yeah.
But then you look up, if you're Broken Bow, you're down 4.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in this game. Had a chance to cut it to 2. Missed some free throws there at the end. So Broken Bow just finds a way to hang around, and I think a team like Fort Calhoun, you just got to find ways to finish plays. They've had a lot of looks in the paint and haven't been able to finish.
As you see both teams there. Smiling because they didn't have to play their counterpart this evening. Not a lot of smiles when you have to play these types of defenses. Let's take a look at those halftime highlights. Those are brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. And Lou, as you might expect, turnovers factoring big. This is Hallie Quinn early on. Now, here's the thing. If you're a Broken Bow fan, you got to watch. You're coming back in this game. You played well in the second quarter, but you've got Hallie Quinn and J.C. Staples both with 3 fouls. That's a subplot. However, if Charlie Myers can get going, she had a hard-earned 10 points in the first half. That could be big. Fort Calhoun, meanwhile, they're making plays down low. They've yet to hit a 3. They're 8 of 18 on 2-point shots, though, and a lot of those because of Ansley Ellefson, who, again, didn't get the shot to go there. But we've not seen Ellefson yet this year. I've been really impressed by the 6-foot junior for Fort Calhoun.
Yeah, she plays fast no matter where you're at. I mean, whether it's front court or full court, she's going 100 miles an hour. And I thought she did a great job penetrating that defense. Didn't always get the shots to fall, and I think it's important for her to just continue. And you say, great players have to have short memories. She certainly does here after missing some lane touches.
Hallie Quinn hit the 3. She had 5 points in the first half. Good strong take there by Ella Bauman. She had 5 in the first half as well. Charlie Myers, 10 points. That leads all scorers. Maylee Nelson, Ansley Ellefson, each with 8 for Fort Calhoun. More halftime show coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Wolf Auto with locations in Ogallala, Imperial, and Alliance, and by T&K Tire in Ogallala, locally owned and operated.
The race is on, and Speedy Mart at 5018 South Lincoln Avenue in York is your pit stop for victory. With 12 gas pumps, plus diesel and DEF for semis, showers and laundry for the public, and a new sales floor packed with more snacks than ever, we'll keep you fueled and fresh. Hungry? Grab a slice at our Valentino's Express Pizza. Cross the finish line with a smile, because at Speedy Mart, every stop takes first place.
Our halftime show brought to you by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction, the company you need to call. Take, for instance, the building you see on your screen right now. That's the Department of Transportation's brand new regional maintenance facility. RMV Construction built that. They've done that a few times for the DOT now. Nebraska Department of Transportation trusted RMV to build projects across the state, here in Kearney, another in Burwell, another in McCook. So whether it's large facilities, offices, if you're a statewide Department of Transportation that needs a maintenance building, any project that can fit in your need, RMV Construction is who you need to call. They combine the experience, the reliability, and the local pride to get the job done right. RMV Construction, with offices in Kearney and Lincoln. Trusted, local, proven. And as always, you can follow us online at NCN Sports. Social media crew doing a great job getting highlights up online, following the action for us online and in-game as well. That's where you need to go to follow us, not just for this game, but to take a look at our schedule the remainder of the season. You can find that online as well. We got our first Omaha Supernovas game of the season match of the season coming up this coming Friday as they take on the Atlanta Vibe. More high school basketball, of course. We'll have college basketball for too long. The Nebraska Girls Dual Wrestling Championships, once again. Whatever your flavor, you can probably find it on the News Channel Nebraska schedule.
We don't have any highlight, do we?
Not yet. We're working on it.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. The Nebraska Highlight Association. Well, Fort Calhoun, 24-20 lead as we get set to start the second half. Lou, I really feel like if Broken Bow's the team that maybe feels a little bit better coming out of this, just the way they've been able to maintain and outscore Fort Calhoun in that second, stay with it, fell behind by as much as 8, but now they start the second half, down 4. I think this third quarter is going to tell a lot.
I agree. And I think if you don't really watch the scoreboard, I think you would feel like Fort Calhoun was the better team in the first half, and they're up 4, but Broken Bow made a run there at the end.
Going right to Ellefson. Look at the strength, able to split the defenders. She's in double figures.
Yeah, I think it's important to get her going early.
Yep.
Get that first shot to fall.
Another player you'd like to get going early if you're Broken Bow. Charlie Myers can't hit that one. Offensive rebound dragged down by Gaffney. Now long 3. How on earth did that not go in?
I have no idea.
Hallie Quinn wants that one back. So still a 6-point lead for the Pioneers. Step through, well done. Shot off, bodies everywhere. Rebound eventually taken in by J.C. Staples. Baseline. Sent back. Broken Bow will try it again. That was Ansley Campbell seeing her shot blocked. Has yet to score tonight.
And maybe Nelson with the nice defense there in the post.
Cammie Nelson back into the game for Fort Calhoun. Saw some action in the first quarter. Quinn. Nice up fake. Found some room mid-range. Too strong. Ray the board. Right idea, though. Jaden Gaffney still has not scored tonight. Ellefson. High degree of difficulty on that pass. Too much traffic. Broken Bow the steal. Oh, mishandling it. Gaffney.
It's a missed opportunity with numbers there from Broken Bow.
Back and forth we go with turnovers. Let's see who can settle into a rhythm first. Gaffney trying to find some air. Staples. Picked up by Massey. Now Quinn. High-low lob, missed everything, and it'll go to Fort Calhoun. So back and forth we go with the turnovers once again. More turnovers than shot attempts so far in the third quarter.
Yeah, both teams right off the bat with a couple of turnovers. That bucket by Ellefson is the only thing that's been up so far.
You saw both coaches there. And again, I think both of them, you talked to them before the game, they would have known this was going to be a bit of a war of attrition. Ellefson. It's remarkable how easy she can make that look.
Yeah, I know.
Gets right to the rack, draws the foul, and now Ellefson will look for 3 the hard way.
I wonder if she drives as fast as she plays basketball. So I'm getting out of the way.
I hope
no, that was an excellent drive. And, boy, again, like I just said a moment ago, I think Fort Calhoun excited that you got Ansley Ellefson offense going here early in this third quarter.
5 points this quarter, 13 for the game. Just like that, Fort Calhoun has their largest lead. Broken Bow breaking the press. Here's Quinn. Broken Bow trying to find some motion. Quinn looking inside, nothing there. Now left side, Jacobson draws damage and gets the roll. And if you're a Broken Bow fan, you got to be saying, finally.
Yeah.
They've had quite a few shots that have looked good that have not gone down. They get one there from the 5'4 junior. Finishes off the three-point play. McKenna Jacobson now with 7.
That's a quality possession, and Jacobson with a three-point play. So Broken Bow just refuses to go away.
Bauman up ahead. Nice pass. Ray gathers but walked. Ray was in a weird position trying to catch that pass, tried to pivot away from the hoop, and in so doing picked up her pivot foot. Now she'll sit in favor of Jovi Griner. Quinn lost her footing, lost the ball. Now Fort Calhoun able to get it out of the trap. Massey fouled on the floor. That'll be Myers, her second.
I think this is going to be a, who gets rhythm here, and that's a Broken Bow fell asleep there, allowing Allison all by herself in the middle of the lane like that.
That's a break for the Indians. Ellison can't hit the point blank bunny, and then the foul called on Ray and Massey. That was Ellison's first miss of the half, but you're right, Lou. Broken Bow can't let someone like Ellison get looks like that.
Yeah, she just posted up right there in the middle, and nobody saw her. You got to know where 31's at all the time if you're Broken Bow.
Now Quinn. Ellison, good trap at the timeline. Myers, nice feed, running baseline for the lay-in. First points of the game for Bailey Faltis.
You beat the pressure, you got to score. And that's what Broken Bow did on that one.
Fort Calhoun just cannot shake Broken Bow as the double dribble called. Fort Calhoun goes up 9. Here comes Broken Bow again. Another chance to make this a one-possession game.
How frustrating is that for Fort Calhoun? You feel like you're going to take control, and the next thing you know, there's Broken Bow right back at you.
Jacobson worked into a trap, able to work out of it, though. Bad pass. Had the right idea, just a little wild with the dish here in our third quarter. Brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. The cause of the pain for both these teams, full court pressure. There you see it. 2-on-1, Quinn will take it herself. Over Ellison. Hallie Quinn now with 7.
Look at the steal and the run out. Big bucket for Broken Bow, down 2 now.
And Ellison drawing damage as she tries to work out of the press. That's on McKenna Jacobson, her first. And again, if you're Fort Calhoun, as a timeout is called, can you hold on? Broken Bow scored 7 unanswered. We got a one-possession game at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
.27 combined turnovers between these two teams as we sit at the halfway mark of the third quarter. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Quick look there inside sends Nelson to the line. Maley Nelson had 8 in the first quarter.
That's on Quinn.
That is on Quinn. That's her fourth.
Yep.
And you know what I was going to say heading into the break there was if you're Fort Calhoun, find Hallie Quinn, find J.C. Staples. Yeah. They did it there, went right at her. And now you've got one of the best perimeter defenders that we've seen probably all day today, going to have to sit likely for the rest of this quarter.
If you're Coach Cooksley, you got to tell these players that don't try to block shots, just go straight up and down, make them shoot over you. When you're trying to slap down at the basketball like that, it's an automatic foul most of the time, and that's a big one. Quinn will have to sit here probably till the fourth quarter.
Nelson 4 of 6 from the land of the free. She's got 10. That leads the way. Broken Bow turns it right back over. It's this 2 steps forward, 2 steps back thing with Broken Bow.
That's kind of a seesaw effect in this game.
It really is.
Fort Calhoun gets up almost double digits. Broken Bow comes back, and then now can Fort Calhoun continue now to extend the lead they currently have.
Bauman. Ellefson. Doesn't have anything baseline. Up top, Massey floats one home. It's Rayanne Massey's first points tonight. Averages almost 13 a game. Now a steal by Ellefson. Ball still loose. Ball stole itself there, I think. Myers to settle things down. She has yet to score this half. Timeout called by Broken Bow. We'll take one as well. Indians trying to keep this from slipping away. Down 6. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Fort Calhoun trying to pull away again, trying to pull away for good. They've been up by as much as 9. Broken Bow has cut it to 2, and there you see, checking back into the game with 4 fouls, Hallie Quinn. Her perimeter defense is important, and her ability to create on offense, but she's got to be careful here.
Yeah, obviously, they feel like they need her. It's dangerous with this much time left and 4 fouls.
Gaffney, top of the key. Now curling to the hoop. Myers draws the foul. She'll head to the line, and I think if you're Broken Bow, you need a steady diet of that. Just got to get Charlie Myers cooking.
Yeah, quick enough to split the defense there and draw the foul. They got to shoot well from the free throw line. First one drops.
Now up to 11 points after that. Had that dry spell there late first quarter into the second. In and out, Ellefson the board. And no surprise, she's in a hurry. Think she's ever late to anything?
I doubt it.
Bauman. Oh, nice job to get past the defense. That's a good drive there. Ella Bauman now with 7.
Quick move by Bauman into the paint for a short floater.
Back to a 3-possession game. Myers. Fouled up top. That will be on Nelson. That's her first. See Coach Cooksley.
You know, officials are really watching the reach.
Yep.
You got to play defense with your feet and get your body in position, and you got to avoid reaching in.
Staples. Able to get it to Quinn, the safety valve. Now left side, nothing there. Boy, that closed in a hurry. Quinn finds an opening. Shot blocked by Ellefson. Now Broken Bow a steal. They want 3. Can't get it. And foul on the rebound will be on McKenna Jacobson. That's Jacobson's third. So foul's starting to pile up here for Broken Bow. That puts Fort Calhoun in the bonus. 58% free throw shooting team.
Foul number 5, so 2 shots coming.
That one touched every part of the rim before falling, Alabama. Now with 8. Bailey Faltis back in for Broken Bow. Isabel Ray checking back in for the Pioneers. Ellefson getting a quick break. Second one not there. Myers clears it. Quinn. Jacobson. Myers able to get a step after the regather. Now Jacobson. Not a lot of movement for Broken Bow right now.
Kind of stagnating offensively.
Shot clock at issue. Down to 5. Myers lost it. Sat on it. Tied it up. So it'll stay with Broken Bow. That's the good news. The bad news, they only have 1 second.
Yeah, don't have much time to shoot here.
That's one way to get a tie up.
You sit on the ball. Kind of where we've been back and forth now. Yep. Broken Bow down 8. They really need a bucket.
Good look off the window. Fultus can't hit. So now Fort Calhoun trying to extend their lead again. Great transition play. Double-digit lead now for the first time. Backcourt issues for Broken Bow. They'll have to burn a timeout to avoid the 10-second call. We'll take a timeout as well. Pioneers starting to cook again. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Some future participants of high school basketball, perhaps, trying to cheer on their Broken Bow team to victory.
A little cuteness overload going on there.
Absolutely.
But again, I mean, now we're minute 19 to go before the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Very important time. We've seen Broken Bow continue to come back when it seems like Fort Calhoun is securing, the momentum in the basketball game. But you're going to have to do it and make a run here.
Myers, that shot might have been blocked. Ray clears it. Charlie Myers, no field goals this half.
One thing you don't want to do if you're Broken Bow is allow Fort Calhoun a double-digit, already up 10, but to make that even bigger.
Broken Bow catches a break. No one closed out on Massey. Myers had the rebound, then fouled on the floor. Rayanne Massey's a 30% three-point shooter. You do not want to leave her open. Now this foul puts Broken Bow in the bonus, so a chance for the Indians to get points with the clock frozen.
You got to take advantage of these situations. Almost fourth quarter time, down 10. Got to hit free throws.
Charlie Myers does so. Ariana Johnson back in for the Indians.
There you go.
So Myers, 3 points this quarter, 13 for the contest, 8-point game. 19-second difference between shot and game clock. Fort Calhoun finds a wide open Ray. She'll head to the line. That was a nice find by Rayanne Massey and Isabel Ray, the sophomore, heading to the line.
I think both teams could find those opportunities. Certainly Fort Calhoun on those cuts on the opposite side of the floor from where the ball is.
Isabel Ray, this is a bit uncharacteristic. She is over a 70% free throw shooter, just 1 for 3 today. Gets the bounce on the second. 4 points off the pine for her. Now she'll sit in favor of Ella Bauman. Now a 9-second difference between shot and game clock for Broken Bow. Jacobson. Quinn goes and gets it. Now poked from behind. Last touch by Broken Bow. And the shot clock will be off for Fort Calhoun. They do not need to hurry if they don't want to.
Also play there by Nelson coming up behind, poking that ball away. And it got touched by Broken Bow out of bounds. So Fort Calhoun likely gets the last shot here. Or maybe gets the last shot, I should say.
If they choose to, they can. Massey trailing. Hits the three. Rayanne Massey.
May not get the last shot, but got maybe the best shot.
That's the first triple hit by Fort Calhoun today.
Wow.
Gives them their largest lead. Myers driving. Stagnant. Steps back. Wants three. Blocked. Ellefson out with it. Won't get a shot up before the end of the quarter, but Fort Calhoun's defense shutting the door, and they've got their largest lead as we head to the fourth. Fort Calhoun coming up big at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Can they close the door? Find out next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Fair. Save the date, July 22nd through the 27th for the Buffalo County Fair in Kearney. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Fourth quarter about to get going here in Kearney. Fort Calhoun hitting a clutch three just a moment ago by Rayanne Massey, giving them their largest lead, 42-30. Over Broken Bow. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Lou, Broken Bow cannot afford many empty possessions the rest of the way.
No, absolutely not. And, Fort Calhoun, we've been talking about it. They get the lead up to about 8-9 points. Broken Bow come back. Now, three-pointer puts it over to 12. And it's important because you're going into the fourth quarter, so you're absolutely right. You can't have empty possessions at this point.
Massey feeling it. Left that one short. Myers the rebound. Rayanne Massey averaging just shy, I should say, of 13 points a game. She had no points in the first half, 5 since the break. Quinn finds an opening. What a close! Shot blocked by Nelson. That shot won't go. Rebound to Fort Calhoun. Wow. Coast to coast, not there. Ellefson the offensive rebound. Muscling one up. They're going to say fouled on the floor. Boy, Ellefson has been everywhere. Bauman can't believe she missed that lay-in.
Now, Bauman coast to coast. I thought that one was going, but again, you credit Ellefson and that energy running the floor. Get down there, you can't assume a make. And
just saw on the replay the block by Nelson. She can't hit the three, but another offensive rebound. Fort Calhoun starting to win the hustle stats. Off the screen, awkward shot. Ellefson out of nowhere. Literally popping up out of nowhere to get that putback. She's got 15.
That's rebound number 11 for Ellefson.
Fort Calhoun extending their largest lead. The sidestep, now the kick up top, Myers. Quinn driving, floating, short, follows, can't get that one either. Broken Bow can't buy one. Good battle for the rebound, tied up. It will stay with Broken Bow. Folks, stick around. We got our post-game show coming up, brought to you by Custom Sports of Norfolk. Quinn was trying to go backdoor. They couldn't find her. Now it's Staples. Quinn, the up fake. Wow, that's a tough shot. Yeah. Broken Bow just needed to see something go down. Gaffney, that's her first bucket tonight. Player that averages 8.9 a game.
Contact with Ellefson. Thought maybe a three-point play was going to happen there.
Broken Bow almost gets the steal, and it'll go back to Fort Calhoun. Bauman curls, trapped, tied up. Oh, they'll get a timeout for Fort Calhoun. We'll take a timeout as well. Pioneers up 12. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Fort Calhoun, a 12-point lead over Broken Bow here, fourth quarter, alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. The Pioneers shot 67% from the field in that third quarter, getting high-quality shots. That one a good look, didn't go, but another offensive rebound. And another. Third time the charm. Rayanne Massey with enough English to get it to go.
Yeah, I think she earned that one after those couple offensive rebounds to get that one to fall.
Massey with 7 all since the break. Fort Calhoun starting to run away with it. Indians will inbound with 17. Now for Broken Bow, it's the inability to get shots to drop since the break. They have shot just 5 for 17 here in the second half.
Yeah, only 12 points in the second half. Not enough, obviously, to beat a team like Fort Calhoun.
And reach in going to be called on Bauman there. That's her third. But I think a microcosm of what playing against Fort Calhoun is like. There's just nothing that comes easy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I love the energy that this team brings on defense. Pioneers are a very good defensive team and make it very difficult to find anything in the offense.
There you see it as Ellefson swats it out of bounds. Rejected like my Harvard application.
I'm sure Ansley Ellefson's a nice person. Not a very nice basketball player.
Not at all. Fort Calhoun just not nice in general.
Yeah.
Broken Bow called for the foul there after yet another turnover. This time mainly Nelson getting the steal. So Fort Calhoun, house money the rest of the way, 5.5 to go. Don't need to force anything. Getting good looks like that. That will work. Isabel Ray with 6.
Yeah, Isabel Ray is strong down there in that low block, to be able to get positioned pretty well.
And the frustration continues for Broken Bow. And it's Ellefson. You know, they hand out offensive and defensive players of the game. Generally, it's 2 different players, but if there's ever someone who could win both, it's Ellefson tonight.
Yeah, she has been a terror on both ends of the floor.
Although if Fort Calhoun wins this game, I'll bet mainly Nelson will have something to say about defensive player of the game as well. That 3 off the front iron, good hustle by Bauman to track it down. Ellefson off the up fake, the pivot. Massey trying to make up for lost time in the first half, but shuffles the feet. She missed some time with foul trouble early on. Also had the wind knocked out of her. Fell on the ball early on with no points at the break. She's been active in the second half and a big part of Fort Calhoun extending this lead.
Yeah, I think the way the Pioneers play defense will make them a very tough out this season.
And you've got in Massey and Ellefson, that's a 1-2 punch. That's about as good a top 2 as you're going to find in Class C1.
Yeah, absolutely. That's quality team, and I think a team that gets a lot of contributions out of a lot of players.
Staples kicks out. Quinn wants 3. Offensive rebound, Staples. J.C. Staples, that's her first bucket tonight.
You like it when you get an offensive rebound and there's nobody around you.
Ellefson weaving through defenders again. Massey gives Nelson. Bauman curls. There's Nelson again. Offensive rebound. She'll head to the line. Lou, Broken Bow looks a little gassed. I think the last time down the floor, looks like Broken Bow's been able to kind of drive past him fairly easily. I think Fort Calhoun's just kind of wearing him out.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. And then when you struggle so much on the offensive end because of Fort Calhoun's defense, again, it's not just physical fatigue. You're just kind of mentally tired at this point. And when you're mentally tired, then that's when the defense starts to sag.
Well, how about Maylee Nelson? 13 points, doubling her average per game. She's got 3 blocks by my count. What must feel like about 100 steals if you're Broken Bow. Splits the pair at the line. 15-point deficit for Broken Bow into the front court. Fort Calhoun a little too handsy. That'll be Cammie Nelson, called for her second. Hey, folks, stick around after the game. We'll be talking to our player of the game, brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center. Quinn will head to the line. I like her game. She was a defensive player of the game for Broken Bow at this showcase last year. But a high-effort, high-motor player that I think is going to help Broken Bow the rest of this year. Probably not today to able to get them a win, but
we're playing with 4 fouls for a while here. Staying in the game. And then going back to Fort Calhoun, I think I like this lineup that they have because it's not just Ansley Ellefson. You're getting great contributions from Ray, Nelson, Bauman. Everybody is really that's been in the ballgame for them has done good things.
Quinn splits the pair. She's got 8. Turnover there. Stolen by Myers. Still looking for her first field goal of the second half, by the way. Out of bounds. It will go back to Fort Calhoun. They have shut the door on Charlie Myers. It's just not been comfortable at all since the break. Good active hands there to force the turnover. Quinn into the front court. Leaving it for Myers. Backing down Ellefson. Drive, dish, the 3, no. Guess who won the battle for the rebound? And guess who's on a dead sprint into the front court, scooping it off glass. Not there, Myers the rebound.
She's had some shots like that today that haven't fallen, and I was watching her in the first half and seemed to get discouraged a few times, but it didn't last.
No, she's been everywhere for Fort Calhoun. A double-double. Tough shot by Myers there. That's great defense by Massey.
Round number 13.
Ellefson too strong on the shot. Myers the other way. No, Massey the rebound. Fort Calhoun going to settle things down here. As Coach Eric Jones sensing his team getting yet another signature win. You know, this is a team that has not seen a lot of postseason success lately. Ellefson can't hit the 3 there. But from what we've seen today, Lou, we've seen a lot of Class C1 basketball over the years. This is the formula of a team that can win in Lincoln in March in Class C1.
No question about it. Play very hard and enough offense. As I said, everybody that's come in for this team has played well.
As Fort Calhoun will call timeout here. We'll take one as well. Pioneers about to finish off win number 10 on the year here at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Wolf Auto with locations in Ogallala, Imperial, and Alliance, and by T&K Tire in Ogallala, locally owned and operated.
The race is on.
Want to give a quick thanks to Kelly Cooksley, head coach of Broken Bow in this case, for the other 7 games, the organizer of this tournament, and the Kearney Chamber of Commerce for working with us to bring this to you today. This Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase, this is something behind the scenes we've been talking about for a few years now, and the ability to do this, a big thanks to all the NCN crew here today. This game we got Mason and Josiah, Elijah, Connor, Luke, Paul, but we've had all kinds of different folks helping us behind the scenes today. Brandon Axman doing a great job on the organizational end getting this put together. This has been fun. We look forward to doing this again in the future.
It takes a village to get this thing done.
Does. We still got 3 more games. Lou, you and I are tapping out after this one.
Yeah.
If we didn't have an almost 3-hour drive ahead of us, I'd want to stick around and see some of these other games.
I hear you.
Milford Ogallala coming up next is going to be a fun one. Now in transition, Broken Bow looking for points any way they can get them. Offensive rebound. Myers finally gets her first field goal of the second half. And Broken Bow now will call a timeout. We'll keep it here inside of a minute to go, back to an 11-point game. But let's talk about the rest of this day here. The rest of the games you're going to see here on News Channel Nebraska. We got Ogallala, unbeaten, taking on that team right there, Milford, who has maybe one of the best posts, if not the best post player in the state of Nebraska.
I don't want to get dunked on by her.
Not absolutely. By the way, she is someone who is practicing to dunk. Her goal is to dunk in game. She thinks she can do it. She's close.
Absolutely.
I was talking to her about it last year. She's been dunking volleyballs. This is, of course, Shayla Ruttenberg that I'm talking about, the 6'4" sophomore, just a sophomore, by the way.
Yeah.
Last year, she was dunking volleyballs. So she's close. It's going to happen. You mark my words.
I agree with you.
I think you'll see Shayla Rottenberg dunk in game before too long.
Yeah, she's worth the price of admission. Ogallala, a great basketball team.
Yep.
Came after that, Malcolm in Central City.
Oh,
that's a.
We've already seen some talented Dollivers today. Going to see 2 more in that one.
That's a primetime matchup.
And then Kearney Gothenburg to close it out. The number 1 team in C1 against the number 2 team in Class A. And you know Gothenburg knows what happened earlier today.
Yep.
They know Pender took down a Class A team, so they're ready to do it too. That, like we've talked about earlier, Gothenburg is just all signature wins. They have really been impressive out the gate out there in western Nebraska.
We'll talk about Broken Bow real quick. I mean, this is a plucky team, and both of these teams play that defense that just drives you crazy.
Yep.
And Fort Calhoun was a little better today, but when you talk about depth, I think Broken Bow has a lot of players. A lot of players played today, and they've got some quality. This is a good basketball team overall. They're going to lose today, but I mean, I think you take kind of the fact that you kept coming back in this game with you.
A lot of winnable games ahead of them, and then, another one to circle on the calendar, Thursday, January 22nd. They will be on the road at Gothenburg. That's a big test there for a team like this. They got some tough ones next Tuesday. Sandhills Thedford's been good in Class D too. But, this is a team that probably will be a 10-win team heading into that Gothenburg matchup. Then you got the Southwest Conference Tournament, never easy. They've got Ogallala on the schedule later on down the line, but the schedule not doing them favors in terms of wins and losses, but might be doing them favors in terms of just toughness once that district slate starts.
Yeah, games like this are ones that you really want to have before you start into districts, because it really shows you where you're at.
That's the kind of day it's been for Broken Bow. Unlucky on the 3. Rebound to Bauman. J.C. Staples has had a tough go of it offensively. 6 seconds between shot and game clock. Fort Calhoun, Lou, I've come away impressed by what I've seen. from Coach Jones's squad here today.
That's a good basketball team, no question about it. They'll be 10-1.
10-1.
And that's only lost a 3-point loss to Guardian Angels. So they are having a great season.
No shame in that. A lot of
Not
people
at all.
lose to Guardian Angels by a lot more than 3.
For sure.
And they're going to take the shot clock violation here, give it back to Broken Bow for the final few seconds of this one. And we'll have Brandon Axman down talking to our player of the game, talking to Coach Jones. Quinn at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. That's going to wrap it up. Fort Calhoun has arrived in Class C1. An impressive win at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Your final 50-38. Post-game show coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
South Lincoln Avenue in York is your pit stop for victory. With 12 gas pumps, plus diesel and DEF for semis, showers and laundry for the public, and a new sales floor packed with more snacks than ever, we'll keep you fueled and fresh. Hungry? Grab a slice at our Valentino's Express Pizza. Cross the finish line with a smile, because at Speedy Mart, every stop takes first place.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Hebron Central Market, your locally owned grocery store in Hebron, a proud supporter of the Titans. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Fuel your journey by starting at a Speedy Mart store near you. From the small communities in Nebraska to the larger cities, the staff at Speedy Marts are ready to serve you with food, fuel, and rewards. Save 5 cents per gallon with the Fuel Your Journey fill-up plus additional bonus savings. Download the app for mobile pay, offering customers the highest quality branded food and treats, fresh, ready, and convenient. Check out SpeedyMart.com for locations and job opportunities.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Memorial Community Hospital and Health System. Proudly supports the Fort Calhoun Pioneers. We're on your team providing quality care close to home. And by News Channel Nebraska. Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
And welcome back now. Joining us, Eric Nelson, winning head coach with Fort Calhoun. Coach, your first time being a part of the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. You come out of here with a win, and you improve to 10-1 in the process. 10-1, 11-1. 10-1. 11-1 next time you play. How you feeling about this one, though?
I mean, first off, so I've known Kelly Cooksley for a long time, back when he was kicking my butt, when he was at Axtell and I was at Pleasanton, and he's a really good friend of mine, so that was a lot of fun to be playing against him, and credit to his team. I mean, man, does he have them playing hard. But you asked the question right after the game. You asked Melee over here. You said, how many points did you score? She said, I have no idea. And that's who we are, and that's how we play. Just unselfish, Everybody does their job, does their role. Nobody cares about their stats, and it really showed tonight. I mean, we were switching everything. Everybody had to know the scout, to know to guard number 3 and number 24 and 14. So everybody had to know it, and everybody did their job. So I'm pretty excited about that win. It was a good win.
Well, and midway through January now, when you look at how your team's playing, how much higher can this team go? Where are you at in terms of peaking, in terms of your team's performance?
We are nowhere near playing as well as we should be. We turn it over too much, too many offensive rebounds. We don't make as many shots as I know that we can. Free throws and threes. I know we can shoot it. So, I mean, we've got to – it's not very far of a step for us to take, but it's a lot of work to get there. And that's kind of been the message the last couple of weeks, is that we could be really good, but we have to take that next step, and it takes a lot of work to take it, but we're getting there.
Well, Coach, one of those people that will be a part of that, Maylee Nelson, what does she offer this team night in, night out?
Maylee's the heart of our team. She gives us everything she has every single night. Unselfish. She's a leader. She's going to Hastings College. They're getting an absolute gem. And just an overall great kid, incredible family. Her sister Cammie's a sophomore. Her parents are a huge help. So, I mean, it's just an incredible person. She's the heart of our team.
Coach, thank you for the time. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Let's bring in the heart of the team, our Nebraska Orthopedic Center player of the game, Maylee Nelson, ringing endorsement from Coach. And you didn't know how much you scored. She scored 13.6 rebounds. So what allowed you to have the performance today and ultimately help you get the victory, the 10th on the season?
We just came and I could just feel how fired up we were. And I tried my best to get everyone juiced up. And I feel like that really helped. We got out of the game really hard, and my whole team helps me, and we all help each other. It's not just one girl. Our whole team is just amazing.
That answer sort of epitomized why you are the heart of the team, but why do you think that's a role that you have taken on and is a part of your personality?
I've had to step up who I am since a freshman year. I know I love basketball, and this is what I want, and so I try every game as best as I can, because I know this is my last year, and I want to do the best I can with my team and myself.
Maylee, keep it up. Hopefully your last year ends with perhaps some hardware down in Lincoln in a couple months.
Thank you so much.
Maylee Nelson, the heart and soul of Fort Calhoun, who gets the victory here at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Eric and Lou, back up to you.
Congrats again to Maylee Nelson, our player of the game. Brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Let's take a look at the top plays in this Class C1 tussle. Fort Calhoun taking on Broken Bow. Pioneers and Indians. Game 5 of 8 at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase in Kearney. Fort Calhoun trying to climb the ranks of a crowded Class C1 field. First quarter, this was what we saw all game, Lou. Turnovers leading to points. In this case, Hallie Quinn for Broken Bow early on.
Yeah, both teams really make it hard to get in the offensive flow, and both teams like to get steals and runouts. You saw it right there.
Broken Bow getting it done from deep. That was Charlie Myers, had a game-high 16 points. Broken Bow with a lead early on, but Fort Calhoun starts to muscle the ball inside. Isabel Ray getting the shot to drop there. Fort Calhoun up 5 after 1. Second quarter. Broken Bow, you see the block shot. There were a lot of those tonight. But a second chance opportunity. Hallie Quinn, 5 points in the first half. But Lou, Fort Calhoun starts to pull away. We see Bauman here getting the and one. A lot of these started by turnovers that led to runouts in transition.
It seems like Fort Calhoun would get the lead. Broken Bow kept coming back, though.
But second half, especially the third quarter, Ansley Ellefson took over. 16 points, 13 rebounds for the junior. She was everywhere offensively and defensively, as was Maylee Nelson, had 3 blocks, 13 points, 6 rebounds Broken Bow trying to cut back into a 9-point lead. But Fort Calhoun would make too many plays down the stretch. Nelson finds the trailer. Rayan Massey had 7 points all in the second half. That was a huge three toward the end of the third, extending Fort Calhoun's lead, and it would only get bigger from there. Broken Bow trying to come back, but Nelson erasing that shot. More defense here this time from Ellefson. And Fort Calhoun gets the job done. Now 10-1 on the year. They beat Broken Bow 50-38. So that'll wrap things up. We got 3 more games coming your way. You do not want to miss any of them. Starts next.